tudo bom com vocês?
What's up?
Hello!
Hi!
Eu estou aqui com pessoas que vocês devem conhecer, espero que já. O Brian,
Tudo bem?
do canal Brian Roxbury. O Gavin.
Do canal Gavin Roxbury. Do canal Small Advantages.
E a Lauren não tem um canal, mas ela é a mulher do Gavin. E vocês mandaram mais um monte de perguntas sobre high school. E eu chamei essas três pessoas para virem falar, porque as três estudaram em escolas diferentes, em high schools diferentes, então podem ter opiniões diferentes se é verdade ou se é um mito. Okay, so I'm gonna read the questions here in English, and then you guys are gonna say if it's true or if it's a myth.
Oh, okay.
And kind of, if you want to explain or say like, oh, I don't know, or something, you
It
can.
might be true and a myth.
Yeah.
For one of, you know?
Yeah,
Depending
exactly.
on
That's
Yeah,
what
so
I
you
want
were
for
from
people.
3 different states too, so
Yeah.
I
It'll be
guess
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Fernanda Rodrigues and Canal dos Salles kind of asked the same question. She wants to know if there's a lot of bullying in the schools and if the bad guys really put the kids in the toilet and in the lockers and stuff like that.
Gavin was the bad. He was the bully, right?
No, I was the bull. I was
He
I was the dork.
He was
I mean, bullying definitely exists. I wouldn't say I was either part of it in one way or the other, and I've never heard of anyone getting their head
No.
fucked in the toilet. Have
Because
you?
in the movies
No.
it's really popular, right?
Yeah.
Putting the kids in the toilet and something.
I think the extreme bullying is in like Hollywood films, but like that, I mean, that doesn't happen, I don't think.
No.
Or very infrequently if that's the case.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a myth that they
Yeah.
did do that.
That they
People
do
were so-
those exact things, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd
Bullying
say bullying
happens,
is more,
but it's more verbal or, you know, talking negative about someone.
and I'm sure like a lot of online stuff now
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that was before, or that's after our time.
Mm-hmm.
We were before that time.
Yeah, we have bullying in Brazil too, but we also don't get to these extreme actions.
Yeah, so maybe like the same type thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Next is from Diário de Tombé. Is it a myth or is it true that they use uniforms in the schools?
Depends.
Yeah, like in Catholic schools, I would say is where predominantly they use uniforms.
Or like charter schools.
Yeah, charter schools also.
But those are typically, I think, before high school. Are
Yeah.
there high school charter schools? I actually don't know.
There are.
Are there?
But-
Public school, no.
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 Nowhere that I've ever heard of.
I've never heard of anyone.
Private schools.
But
yeah.
private schools, religious-based schools, typically have uniforms.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, most of schools in Brazil, they have uniforms, but there are a lot of high schools that actually they don't have. They don't have to wear it. Or...
Yeah.
I used my whole life. I had to wear a uniform.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Even-
never,
But
I never
it
did.
would be so easy though, because you
I know.
don't have to pick out what you're gonna wear that day.
I
That's
know.
like me,
True.
my job. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't ever have to think about what I'm
Yeah.
wearing.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
a nurse,
yeah.
so she just has the same
Same
outfit
scrubs
every
every
day.
day.
That is great. It's
Yeah.
true. Okay. Next question. It's from Thiago Pereira. Is it true that the lunch that they have in schools is burger and milk?
Yes.
Is it?
I would say so in my experience. And in fact, in elementary school when you're a kid, it was always milk, and it was milk in a bag. Have you heard of milk in a bag?
I thought it
never
was in
had
a
that.
box.
In
No, no,
Brazil,
no.
they have milk in a bag.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's pretty rare, and so like I'm
I never had milk
a
in a bag.
proud kid to have had milk in a bag.
That
You
must be a
rare.
weird Ohio.
punch the,
So-
you know, like have you done that in Brazil? Then you punch the straw into the bag, and you drink the milk out of this pouch type thing.
Like
no,
the water
I've
in
never done
Africa.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and all the kids would make the straw go all the way through the bag, and all the milk would spill out everywhere. It seemed really inefficient, but yeah, we had that all the time.
There's
Pizza
no-
and hamburgers
There's nothing else to do in Ohio.
Yeah.
during school at least.
Ooh.
Just kidding. Just
Cut.
kidding.
Okay, what
Um,
about you two?
No, I had milk in a carton.
But did you have milk and hamburgers?
I mean, some days, not every day.
But it's
Yeah.
like
No.
really unhealthy food.
I would say a lot of the options were definitely unhealthy. Remember Bosco
Really?
sticks? Did you guys have Bosco
Yeah.
sticks? They were like mozzarella sticks, pretty much, but like French bread stuffed with mozzarella
Oh
cheese.
my god, that's so unhealthy.
Oh yeah, with like marinara dipping sauce.
Yeah.
That's so
Um,
funny.
But I mean, you had options every day.
Pizza, fries,
Uh-huh.
hamburgers.
Did you guys ever have the
Hot
walking
dogs,
tacos
bacon.
Yes.
and the Frito bags?
Yes.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, there's
like-
not really any good healthy
No.
food for kids, I would say.
I would always bring in high school. I always brought my own lunch.
See, my high school. So we're talking about high school lunches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in my high school, I had a really small cafeteria, and it was on a really busy street in Denver. So everybody just went off campus to eat lunch.
But you always ate
You never were
unhealthy
able
food
to
too,
leave.
huh?
Well, yeah, because we went and ate fast food every day because we didn't.
Oh my god, that's why you guys
Sounds
have
worse than
problems
lunchroom.
with it.
I know. I think that
It's
now
bad.
they've gotten better about it because I've
They have.
recently heard a lot of. I mean, you work in the school system.
Yeah, it's like I mean they
the
have
push for
all,
healthier options
Yeah,
has
and it's all
happened.
like farm to table stuff now. It's crazy how
Yeah.
much how healthy.
Wow. That's great.
lunches
That's
are
great.
now.
Well, and we don't have an American tradition like arroz feijão. Like,
No.
we don't have
Yeah.
beans and rice, which is like, I mean, that's pretty healthy for a kid to
It
eat, you know,
is.
for lunch, and we don't have anything like that typically. So,
True, that's
what
true.
do we fill it with? Yeah.
Maybe we should introduce them rice and beans, guys.
Well, we
Yeah.
know what rice and beans are.
Yeah,
We
but
just don't put it
very-
together
yeah.
typically.
Okay, so next question is from Ana Victoria. The students are really divided in like ethnic groups, like the black people, Latin people, Asian people,
Ethnic groups.
yeah, ethnic groups. Yeah.
I mean, at my school, we had like no Hispanics and like 2 black kids. Like we were very, very non-diverse rural Ohio. And so I would say we were divided more by like cheerleaders
Yeah.
or nerds, you know, that
Oh,
way more than
okay.
ethnic groups.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
Mine was more divided. Like my school was 40% black, 40% white, and then like a mix of other ethnicities. And I would say for the most part, I mean, we were separated. Say
Not
this.
on purpose.
Not on purpose,
Right.
but it just happened. Like I had a few black friends, but like there was definitely like groups of friends that were black and groups of friends that were white, and there wasn't very much mixture.
Okay, got it. It's see, this is nice. It's like all different
Yeah.
things in
it's-
high school,
yeah.
so it's interesting for them. Next is from Paty Correia, also about lunch. Do you have to pay for lunch, or the school provides you lunch?
You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Or like every day you go, or you
Yes.
pay like for month?
Unless
for
you
the
bring
month?
your lunch. I remember in elementary school you had to like bring, you know, $1.25 for lunch, but in high school, yeah, you'd load up your account with $200 for 2 months or whatever. And
And my
okay.
family decided that since it was so unhealthy and it was so expensive for unhealthy food that they wouldn't give me money pretty much. They're like, you're bringing lunch from home, which was fine.
Yeah.
Ended
Okay.
up being better for you, and
Yeah.
and I was totally okay with it because I didn't want half the stuff that they had anyway.
I see.
Yeah.
School.
Well, they have
Yeah.
programs here too, free lunch programs.
Oh, okay.
If your
Depends on-
family
right.
makes under
That's
a certain
true.
amount of money, you can qualify to get free
Oh, that's cool.
free lunch.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you have that.
that's not
Yeah.
common.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least you have that option.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. For
so-
the families in the most need.
Next question is from Amanda B. Alert. How is distributed like the classes? Like you choose the classes you're gonna get, or there are classes that everybody has to take? How does it work here?
It's kind of both.
Yeah. You have what's called your prerequisites, right? That you have to take.
Well, that's for college,
No, I would say we had them in high school. I remember
but I
having.
don't
the
think they're
core-
called prereqs.
Yeah, they're called something
They're
else,
called
but
something else.
they're classes that everybody has to take.
Like you had to take 4 years of physical education. I remember that, but I only had to take 2 years of math. Then you had advisors that you sat down with every semester, before every semester, and picked, you know, what courses would be appropriate to fulfill all your requirements to graduate, and also looking in the future to like college if you're going to do that.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah. And the class day was divided into periods, right? Is that how it was for you?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
like we had 9 periods, and so like maybe the classes you had to take filled like 6 of them, and then lunch is filled by 1, but then the other 2 are
Study halls.
electives,
Yeah.
right? So you could choose one of your
Well,
That's
random
the
class.
best.
Another thing that's kind of different from Brazil too is that we would go to one class in one room, and then after that period was over, we'd leave and go to another.
They don't do that in Brazil?
Another room in the building.
You have one room you stay in.
The teacher changes?
No, well, apparently some schools you change, in some schools the teacher change. I always had the teacher changing.
Oh, wow.
So
You
they
just
would
have
stay in
one
the same room and just the
But the
teachers
thing-
would
That's
rotate.
interesting.
yeah,
It's
that
because we
didn't
don't
happen.
pick our classes. Now they're trying to change and try to do like it's in US, but everybody has to take geography, history, math, chemistry,
Portuguese.
everything. Everybody needs to take the same classes.
Something else that's kind of weird in Brazil too is they go to school for half a day only.
Yeah, it's
high
morning
school.
or afternoon.
Wow, how many hours?
But like we start at 7 a.m. and we
Oh,
finish.
my high
started
school
before
7:20 a.m. is when we
Yeah.
started.
Really?
I think we
Later,
started
yes.
in the 6 o'clocks.
Wow.
What?
I got out at 2:14 every day.
You still remember the exact time?
I couldn't wait for it.
No, we usually start
It
at
was such a
7 and
weird-
leave at
I
12,
think it was
12:30.
before.
But then we don't have a break, like a lunch break. We have a 15-minute break or 20-minute break.
Do you guys
Otherwise
ever
it's
have like
nonstop.
study halls?
Yes.
That was a big thing. Did you guys have study halls?
We did, yeah.
No.
Or we
So-
called them free periods or
A
study
period
hall.
where you had no
Mhm.
class, you could just.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
So
we
you
don't
either
have
had-
that. It was straight all the time.
You either had silent study hall or I guess not.
I mean, that makes sense. If they don't have study hall and they don't have lunch, they could just be there
Yeah.
for one part
Yeah.
of the day and make it quicker.
Yeah.
you know?
I counted once the
Well-
hours with Brian. The hours you were in the school having a class, they're almost
About
the
the
same
same.
time.
Mhm.
Yeah. We just don't have breaks or
Mm-hmm.
it's like
They-
one class finished, the other one started right
But
away.
they do it because they don't have enough schools. They don't have enough resources
Oh.
for, so like,
One school works for both periods.
Okay.
Next question is from Lydia Schulter. Usually in the movies, all the students have cars. Is it true or it's a myth?
I would say after junior year,
yeah.
where I went to high school, we weren't walkable like you were, so like almost every student did have a car.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, my high
most-
school too.
Most people, you had to be a junior at least.
Yeah,
which
you need
is
to
the
be
third
you
year.
need to be 16
That's
to,
right.
to drive.
You're technically
so-
a sophomore at 16, but junior year you could park on campus. I never had a car, so.
Yeah, it's because here in US you
Yeah.
can drive when you're 16, so most of the students have. But like, I don't know. I know cars here are not that expensive, but there's still a lot of money to
I
give for
know.
a 16-year-old
My
kid.
parents didn't.
Kind of. I
buy
mean,
one
mine
for
was
me.
like $1,000, like a really old car.
okay.
So I mean, I'd say
A beater.
most kids have those.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and my dad was a mechanic, so he bought a cheap car, fixed it up, and
Oh,
gave
nice.
it to me.
That's a good
So-
situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just feel I see some kids driving some cars like,
It's become the
I'm
expectation.
25 and
it
I
seems.
still don't have a car,
Yeah.
and this kid's like,
I know.
what?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for answering. It was a lot of fun having
Yeah.
you three here. I hope you liked it, and it was my first video in English. A lot of people already asked, but I put the
Oh,
subtitles.
no way.
Yeah, it's my first video in English.
Ah, she did pretty well.
Yeah, thank you. So I hope you like. If you want more videos in English, please leave it in the comments so I can start doing more videos in English with subtitles for you guys. And yeah, thanks you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And I see you in the next video. Bye.
Ciao.
Peace.
Ciao.